We are watching a mass hardware failure in real time. Across social media, nervous system regulation has become a dominant obsession. People are exhausted by vague advice. They aren't looking for another mindfulness quote. They are searching for a measurable, root-level fix to chronic stress. The issue comes down to a biological state called dysregulation. This happens when the physical body gets stuck in an active threat response loop, recycling stress chemicals even when the danger is gone. Traditional mental health advice focuses on thinking positive or reasoning through the anxiety. But trying to talk your way out of a physical stress loop is like trying to fix a hardware failure with a software update. The software inputs simply do not reach their physical target. This lack of clarity has invited a wave of skepticism. The Wall Street Journal recently questioned the entire trend, asking if this is a legitimate medical frontier or just an over-commercialized wellness fad. To separate the hype from the science, we have to look past the wellness aesthetic. The human body is an integrated system, one with its own source code and biological hardware. The primary cable for this system is the vagus nerve. It physically connects the brain to almost every major organ in the torso. In humans, 80 to 90% of vagus nerve fibers are purely sensory, traveling strictly from the body up to the brain. This confirms the brain is mostly a listener, spending its bandwidth receiving data packets from the heart, lungs, and gut. This monitoring runs through a process called neuroception. It's a subconscious scanner that evaluates your environment for safety or danger before you even have a conscious thought. When neuroception flags a threat, it physically locks the hardware into a defense state. Once that signal is sent, no amount of logic can override the physiological response. Because 80% of these lines are receivers, controlling the physical data at the source allows you to manipulate the signal the brain receives. If you can change the body's report, you can force the system to unlock. Developers are now targeting the auricular branch of the vagus nerve in the ear. Using specific sound frequencies, they can convert sound waves into electrical impulses that travel directly to the brainstem, reporting safety on a cellular level. Hardware like ShiftWave takes this further with mechanical resonance. These devices apply physical vibrations that mimic the frequency of a body at rest. This vibration is picked up by sensors in the skin and organs, forcing the vagus nerve to transmit a signal of deep relaxation. These tools work by bypassing the conscious mind. They feed raw safety data directly into the sensory superhighway, simulating a state of calm that the brain is forced to accept as fact. This trend exploded because it offers a physical workaround. These tech patches provide a way to reset the body's baseline without the need for years of traditional talk therapy. The commercial reality, however, is messy. Since this science went viral, the market has been flooded with products that slap the word regulation onto anything they can sell. Rebranding a basic scented candle or an expensive retreat as a nervous system tool is a marketing tactic. It obscures the technical reality of how the system actually operates. True regulation requires a deliberate, measurable change in the body's electrochemical signals. It isn't a wellness aesthetic, it is an operational shift. The protocol is simple. You measure your current state, apply a targeted physical input, like specific breath patterns or mechanical frequencies, and shift the physiological data first. You change the body's report before you try to solve the mind's problem. When the physical body stops reporting a threat, the brain's alarm system finally powers down. The mind follows the body's lead, not because it wants to, but because the hardware demands it.